Oh, that's how we get in there. I was wondering.
It explodals, yeah.
I wonder if Gone
And
Girl
we
is
get class
playable in...
mod for the Siren.
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
pretty bad one.
Ooh,
I think
a
I stay on top of
tormentor?
this.
I don't
I'm
know,
gonna take that shield.
the 30% team elemental effect chance is handy.
I'm just thinking, like, can you imagine somebody watching Gone Girl in the, on a plane, and then finding out midway through what happens in that movie?
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, do you use revolvers or no?
I
does
use
not.
anything that seems to hurt things, because nothing I use ever seems to hurt people. But also, I'm really stuck right now. I don't think I can hop back up. I think I have to hop down.
My friend slapped you for spoiling the end of a story that's over 100 years old. Dude, we all know Jesus comes back to life at the end.
Damn it, I was going to do that. Literally the first thing that came to mind.
Homer gets home
Sorry,
in the end.
I have Easter on the mind because...
That here sooner or
Good
later.
lord.
So I realized that I was detached from modern society when I went into a store and I was like, oh yeah, it's really busy today. I wonder what's going on. And someone's like, "Huh, you're funny." Like I was being like I was being like intentionally ignorant on purpose when I just didn't realize it was Easter weekend. I am fucking stuck. I guess I'll hop down or something.
It's okay, I'm gonna be leaving the area soon.
Yeah, we're done with this area. We never come back here.
We are done.
Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice greatly.
Well,
Yeah,
Except for the
if you
fact
ever-
that the next place is, you know...
Oh, yeah.
If you ever make the mistake of getting off the narrow catwalks that make up the primary shooting areas, you just have a bad time in this game.
Yep. It is
Everything's
the
all
Snow
slidey
Queen by
and
Hans Christian
awkward.
Andersen. Wow.
Speaking of Easter, how can the date change for someone coming back to life? It's like a flexible appointment thing. He's like, yeah, I can come on Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, whenever's convenient for
well,
you.
it's good to read the Snow Queen.
It's probably something about how like the
'Cause
only
Frozen's
date they
just
have
bleh.
is the rule.
Ugh.
I actually, it's based off
There's
of a pagan
actually
holiday.
very... there's
Well, I mean,
actually
yeah.
a very, very interesting formula for how the day of Easter is supposed to be derived. It's like based off of the lunar calendar for one, and it's
Oh shit.
and basically like back in like the
Aw.
1300s, some dude calculated it for the next like 3 centuries, and was like, these are the days. So there's like a table of all the days that Easter should liturgically fall on. Now I don't know if that actually matters in terms of like the church. And especially different denominations are going to ignore it or not. So
We made
also,
They're
Wow.
under attack
this
immediately.
this is definitely one of the shittier parts of this area.
I disagree. Punching! Okay, where's the other
I
guy?
know so much about religion at this
I
point.
see.
It's stupid.
Where are people?
To our
Oh,
left.
there. It's hard to
Like-
see with the blur of being in punching mode, so it's hard to work with.
I mean, God, I know so much about religion for somebody
you
that
work
like
at a
is
church
not
now.
religious whatsoever.
Well,
Yeah.
Like,
you
I was
also
trying
have,
to
like...
I was trying to avoid the mention of it being pissed on a pagan holiday just because that pisses people off that believe in stuff.
I mean, I just say it's true.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's the thing where almost every element of Christianity, for example, is literally like ripped directly from pre-existing religions.
Well, it's cause
And
it's not
it's
even
weird.
like... Easter might or might not have happened as, like, a thing. But, it was a lot easier to, like, convert people if the holidays were already there.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like trying to get people to come to your
Beat
burger
the new
joints.
boss, same as the old boss.
You
Yeah.
want to know what I found fascinating? Is the study of polytheistic Judaism.
Wait,
So
oh.
Judaism is the first like monotheistic religion, right?
Yes,
Um,
I believe.
but there was a transition period where Judaism was polytheistic, and reading about like polytheistic Judaism is fascinating because it talks about like you know who like Baal is and like Mephisto and stuff.
Oh,
Yes.
I know who Baal is.
That comes from that tradition of
Oh,
like
yeah,
these
Bale's where I get all
were
my loot and experience.
like Baal was like a god that people would worship in polytheistic Judaism, and then
Later,
in like
they make
the
him into some kind of demon.
yeah
person.
in like the 700s I want to say no even before then. Okay, so Yahweh was a god in polytheistic Judaism. In about like the year 200, I believe, Yahwehists decided that they wanted to basically convert everybody to Yahwehists, like primarily worshiping Yahweh. So they took the Torah and they converted it into monotheism by basically saying all other gods aside from Yahweh are demons. So Baal, Asherah,
Oh, that's
like
cool.
those are they were basically converted to be like Satan. And if you read about it, it's incredibly fascinating because it's not a topic that's really discussed very much.
Hey, I'm still in the car.
But
Wait, so who's Mephisto and Beelzebub?
so
among other
Beelzebub was
things?
another god from polytheistic Judaism. Mephisto is it comes from medieval Christian extended like mythos, basically, of like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna come up with like Christian stories. We'll talk about Mephisto. You know, just basically like a almost like a fairy tale or something, I guess. I don't know how to describe it otherwise. Oh, we're back at the town. Sorry, I was wrapped up discussing a topic that I find
wondering
very,
where we
very
were going.
fascinating. Sorry. So,
Well, actually, like, there's all this mythos regarding the archangels too.
yeah, that all comes from like the medieval era. People would just write this stuff. Azazel was another god from polytheistic Judaism. I think you might be right. Yeah, that sounds correct to me. And what's really fascinating is you can read stories about like they like the gods like had romances and stuff like that. So you can read about how like Yahweh was in love with Asherah, and like how that got censored in the Bible. And what is really, really, really fascinating is I've read the Old Testament all the way through, and I read it with yeah, I know. I read through the whole thing with it in mind, how it was coming from a censored polytheistic background, basically.
Well, also,
And-
haven't there been so many renditions of it based off of like how it got translated from
Actually,
Greek
after,
to other things?
honestly, after like the year 200, a lot of these censoring and editing dramatically tapered off. The most prominent changes to like the Old Testament specifically were made between like the years like 700 BCE to about 200 or 100. So anyway, if you read the Old Testament, understanding that it's basically like they're rewriting it to take out all the mentions of polytheism, it's really fascinating because it mentions all these other gods, and then it'll immediately say, and they're bad. And it'll talk about how like people after they like went to war would change like which god they were worshiping, because Yahweh was the god of war. So people would say like oh, they were worshiping Yahweh the Great, and then they went to worship Asherah after they claimed their kingdom of whatever they were fighting for. And then because that would be what people would do, right? You would worship Yahweh when you were at war, and then you were at peace, you would worship Asherah or Baal.
Are we trying to
and-
find booze around town? Or where?
This is another area, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we need to go back to the area we just were to.
We're
do
going.
the
We're
bottle
going
juice
to a
quest.
new.
No,
we're
I-
going to
that
a
was
new
car on my
place.
head.
Yeah, we're
whatever.
doing the
You're durable.
place
I
from hell.
Probably
But it's
Are
fine.
we?
something.
No, we're not. We're doing bottles of
Oh
booze.
no. Okay,
We're doing-
yeah.
we're doing
We're
Place
still
of
putting
Hell
off the place
after
from
this.
hell. We're
Yeah,
still
we're
putting
getting
off
there.
that horrible, horrible place.
Well, we don't have the quest for it
Anyway.
yet.
Yeah. So then, so people would change who they were worshiping because they didn't need to do that anymore. But the
Isn't
people
Very
in like the
remin-
200s that were Yahwehists would say like, oh, and then they lost everything because they changed the god that they were worshiping from Yahweh.
Now, the interesting thing is, for some reason, this reminds me of, I remember back when I was in elementary school or something, I had to do a project, and it was, like, on Hinduism and stuff, and how, like, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahman and stuff, like, how there are, like, many facets of the same god or something, but they didn't do that with this. They had them as separate entities, and then just nixed all the excessive ones.
Sorta, yeah. That was more or less it, yeah. But I think with Hinduism, I mean, for one, it's an extremely old and extremely broad religion. So some people will say, yeah, you know, all of the gods are just faces of the same god.
And then
which
there
is
are
like
ones that are different. Yeah.
That's like the partialist interpretation of Hinduism, and then other branches of Hinduism will say them like, oh, they're just prophets, and it's all different based on which particular region you're from and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because I
Who
know that
you
there would
talk
be
to.
like some who are like,
Right.
I prefer Shiva over Vishnu and other things.
Yeah.
Ow.
Usually with polytheistic
Ow.
religions, people will
Ow.
still worship
Okay,
one
get
god
out of your
primarily.
menus if you're in a menu. I'm switching areas and I don't want to wait.
Yeah. Go for it. This area, we'll be
Wander
done
has
here.
no interest.
Yeah. This is a really
I was
cool
just getting-
area.
I was just
like
getting
Treacherous
shot.
Landing.
I was just getting shot by a bunch of people and in fisting mode, and that was the only reason why I was alive. And I'm like, let's.
This area
abort.
is fascinating.
This area is great if you have.
I'm
a
just
sniper
imagining Spock raising an eyebrow.
Oh, behind you, bird.
Fascinating.
That is an explodey.
Rifle. Oh, jeez.
There's if you want, it was also a phase of Christianity, really early Christianity, where people were trying to understand the Trinity. So like from the year basically 0 to 700, people were saying like, oh, we have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Well, they're obviously three different gods. Or people would be like, no, they're all the facets of the same gods or whatever. So people would argue with this for like ages.
Is it
And
bad
it's
that
like-
when someone says Trinity, I still think I know Kung Fu?
No.
Funny.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. No, they were viciously arguing with each other over like, oh, the Father is not the Son, but the Father might be the Holy Spirit, I don't know, and stuff like that, until they eventually figured out the common accepted interpretation, which is the Father is God, the Son is God, and the Holy Spirit is God, but they are not each other. That's the interpretation of the Trinity
Shit.
that survives.
I can't see anybody.
That is saying that when you call it
Oh, there we
fisting
go.
mode, their anus feels threatened, so I recommend only saying it more.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's
it's
where
fisting
sniping
time.
becomes very fun.
Just say that their resistance makes you want to know harder.
Whoa, I got hit by something.
The
There are
Egyptian
people-
god of Ra had
there's-
different identities depending on the time of day. That's cool, I never knew that.
Sort of like how,
that badass
with-
bruiser across the way has a rocket launcher, so watch out
Greek-
for
Yeah.
that.
and
I don't trust
Roman
internet
mythology,
Uh-huh.
Artemis, I mean, she had different forms as well. Like, they always said that Selene and Hecate were the other forms, like, the maid, the woman, and the, like, I don't know if they called her, like, the woman or the matron. Like,
Damn it.
just the three
I'm gonna kill
age
that.
groups.
Sorry.
Ah, there we go.
Fine.
I need to come punch this guy anyway.
Ouch. No, I
Never
shouldn't have
mind.
been there.
What?
What's hitting
Well,
us?
that's true.
thought those were
shields.
We have a badass bruiser with a rocket launcher.
God damn it.
Yeah, I come down to revive Bird, and then Shell comes up from behind to also revive Bird as I'm reviving Bird, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Admittedly, I
What?
don't actually know much about Roman mythology because it's extremely broad.
Well, Greek
And-
and Roman, sort of.
Yeah,
intermingled.
that's a big part of it. Greek and Roman is so different. And then there's also the fact that just like what we learn is like pretty simplified.
Can anyone tell me what type of weapon the blister is?
The blister is acid, corrosive.
The new
Oh,
moon
wait,
is,
there's
is
an icon
Hecate,
next
the
to
half
it.
moon is Selene, the full moon is Artemis.
I just noticed the icons next to the weapons. I've been sitting here trying to look at the actual model of the weapon, trying to tell what the fuck it is, which is impossible.
Oh yeah, the icons, dude. The icons.
Yeah, moon
Artemis
wildlife
is the
hunting.
goddess of the hunt.
Yeah, moon wildlife hunting and chastity.
Artemis
Okay.
is an interesting space game.
And Selene
Artemis
was just
is a pretty name.
yeah, I really love it. Except it became a masculine name. Like if you notice in a lot of oh maybe it was like the 1800s or something.
Uh-huh.
A lot of men had that
What weapon
name.
is this?
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, think about Wild Wild West. I mean, Calvin Klein's character was Artemis.
I've never. That's true. Yeah,
Is
you're
the
right
weapon-
about that.
So is the blister a scoped shotgun?
It's a scope shotgun, yes.
This is where the weapon identity really gets messed up in my head. Where I'm like, what am I using?
The blister's a shotgun. It deals corrosive damage, which is awesome. You're interested in Roman mythology. I'm kind of interested in it. I would say I personally find myself more fascinated with the history of modern religions rather than religions from antiquity. But
but the
stories are pretty cool. Yeah.
It depends.
I don't
I've heard
know.
a lot of stories
I mean,
are just
half of
about
them are
Zeus just like sleeping with
transforming into
people.
various things to impregnate women.
Like
but...
Harlequin romance novels are kind of funny, but when it's all about
Uh-huh.
Zeus, you're just like, man, this guy just has issues. Like, it's not even
Yeah.
cool anymore.
Norse
Like-
mythology is great because it's just like a simulator of like what would happen if a bunch of people had superpowers. Because everyone's a
It
dick.
really is, yeah.
Every single Norse god is just a dick.
This is
Like
true.
there's no pretense of them being like an almighty thing that's gonna leave us the promised land. Like they're just shitty people across the entire board.
Yep.
There's a story where Odin walks up to some farmers and he's like, "Look at this! It's a shiny new hoe. It's like magic and do your job real well." And they're like, "We all want it." And then he throws it in the air and they all slice their throats at once on it.
Dude, that's
They all
fucked
die.
up.
Yeah, they all
I know almost nothing about Norse mythology.
Norse mythology is one of the ones that I haven't really read much on.
Yeah.
Basically, 100% of the gods are what you think Loki is.
Mm-hmm.
And then Loki is just weirder than them, but also weirdly less evil.
Well,
Because
because
Loki just does weird shit like sleep with a
Yeah.
horse for fun.
Medieval people had funny senses of humor. I swear to God.
Like
That
you
is
think
so
of Loki
weird.
as someone who like tricks, like does really mischievous, evil things, but really all the Norse gods do really mischievous, evil things, and Loki's the one that just does really weird things, like transform into a horse
Yeah.
to sleep with Odin's horse to then give birth to an 8-legged horse.
Oh, right, that one.
Like that's like not even mischievous, but just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like he's just really weird more than mischievous because everyone else is like luring men into their deaths for no reason because fun, basically.
Well, that was a lot more normal for Norse people at the time. The whole sleeping with
Sleeping
horses
with
thing was
horses?
pretty weird for Vikings.
Hey, here's a sad story
It's mostly just fun to
about
try to imagine an 8-legged horse and how
gods
that works.
preventing people
It
from
doesn't.
sleeping together.
I think that's it. He left it in Odin's stables, and Odin was just sick of Loki's shit. It's just like, no, I don't want
Fair enough.
this. Just
What were you
leave
gonna say,
this.
Shell?
Take his.
Okay,
Like
so
the gods
there-
cockblocked somebody?
Okay, well, so this is a story also involving Artemis. So you know how Artemis is supposed to be the mating goddess, never supposed
Yeah.
to have any kind of romance at all.
Well,
so
there's Actaeon.
So there was a hunter.
Oh, come on.
And his name was
Actaeon.
Orion. Well, Orion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was.
Oh, we're
just,
telling the same story. Yeah, I love the story of Actaeon and Artemis.
Oh, hey, we're done.
Orion and Artemis. But tell it.
Yeah, but Apollo was like, no way, and he's like, hey, can you hit that rock out yonder on the water? And she's like, of course. Hits the mark, and it happens to be Orion's head. Because
Yeah.
he was just swimming around in the water.
And then he, in some instances, he becomes a stag, right?
No, that's a different story. That's about the guy that peeks on her while she's bathing, and she's like,
Oh,
ew,
yeah. Mhm.
and then turns him into a stag, and he gets torn up by his own hounds, or by her hounds.
Her hounds, if I
Yeah.
remember. Oh yeah, I was getting that confused with the story of Actaeon.
Yeah.
So Orion was the one. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
He was
I got-
the great
I got
hunter that was
Actaeon and,
swimming in the water.
Yep. I got Actaeon and Orion confused.
Right, because she didn't like Actaeon at all. He was
Right.
just a
Yep.
creeper.
For me,
Whereas
what amuses me
Orion's
most,
like being a demigod was actually almost like an equal, not quite an equal, but
Yeah.
For me, what amuses me most about these like mythologies is the various like people that will try and like shape them into their movies and video games, but like not well.
Uh-huh.
Like I watch a lot of anime and whatever, and I cannot name the number of ones that have like.
Can I get picked up? I'm probably gonna die.
Or
Oh.
you could just die and we can leave this area.
Oh yeah, we're done here. We've been
Yeah,
done
we've
here.
been
We were
done.
just fighting for fun.
oh, okay.
I'm mostly just like a particle from dying, so I couldn't really do anything. I'm constantly almost dead.
I mean, Purple Phantom Orion is a perfectly valid pronunciation of that god's name. It's like, it'd be like if I pronounced Uranus correctly, everyone would be like, dude, it's Uranus. Like, no,
I
it's
always
pronounced
thought it
Uranus.
was
No,
Uranus.
earnestly.
Yeah,
It's Uranus.
It's Uranus or Uranus.
Earnestly.
Earnestly,
Christ.
it's Uranus.
Getting hit by 2 of these guys at once is just not fun.
Aluminium. It's just
I was
bullet
not-
sponge everywhere.
Yeah.
No matter where we go, it's just things that take 500 years to kill.
Yep.
Damn it.
Sorry for just randomly taking us down a humongous mythology tangent here. It's just a topic that I find very fascinating.
I'm so glad our division playthrough totally fell apart because it's
Yeah,
probably going to be a lot of this.
That's something I've noticed.
Yeah.
Going back to what Wander was saying about anime, and yeah, they've been having a lot of anime with various Greek gods and goddesses, sometimes Norse as well.
Well, I mean, anime has always had a very, very interesting relation with Western religions. Like, think about how the Catholic Church is depicted in 99% of animes that depict it. It's always
evil
like,
as fuck.
really, it's so evil. They always make it like out to be like evil and like the Pope's a vampire and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The Catholic
hi.
Church in anime is like vampires.
God.
It's like Nazis wearing white.
Yeah, the Catholic Church is always insane.
To be fair, though,
Sometimes
like
they're
it
also
makes
with
sense
Nazis.
from it makes sense from like a
we found
cultural
Van Helsing.
perspective for the
Culturally, yeah, it actually is coming from a very interesting place. Like they, Christians in Japan have a very, very, very minority status, and like
And
a
a
lot of people.
colorful history where the
Yeah.
color is red.
what was
Yes.
I watching? I think I was watching Samurai Champloo, and there was an episode. That very good anime. You guys should watch it if you haven't.
I watched one episode and I was super feeling it. I'm gonna watch more.
It's good. It's very similar to Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, which is amazing. I love
yes,
Cowboy
it's
Bebop
so
so
good.
much.
I need to watch the movie again. The movie was
They
like
can move on to its follow-up, Samurai Maybelline.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Samurai Shampoo.
I can't pick
Alright.
up this SMG. Is there like a weight limit or something, even though I keep dropping things?
Probably have an inventory.
Oh, there's an
limit.
inventory cap. Yeah.
If I keep dropping things.
You can sell
Yeah,
stuff
but
over here.
It's,
We're at a
it's really
store
easy
now.
to pick up too much stuff, though. Especially when I think I'm picking up ammo.
There is a store?
Yep.
Okay, thank
We're right
goodness.
Half the time I think I'm picking up ammo, I'm actually picking up like a grenade mod or something.
Yeah.
Hey, level up. I just maxed
So
out
what
one
were
of
you
my
saying?
trees.
You saw an episode of Samurai
Oh,
Shampoo.
Champloo. And there was one where like one of the characters was like Dutch and Christian,
Uh-huh.
and they were talking about him like running away from the shogunate or whatever because they were literally going to execute him if they found out he was there. And I was like,
Yeah.
huh, didn't know about that. That's
Yep.
kind
yeah,
of
the Dutch-
horrifying.
We're a presence over there.
Yeah, the Dutch were
Sometimes.
the only presence over
The
there.
Dutch
They're
was the only presence, yep,
Yes.
in the history. Because Japan was severely isolationist from, like, I want to say, like, the year,
Well,
like,
until
1200 till the
until
year...
Mid to late 1800s,
Yeah.
when the United States sent their battleships over and were like,
Right.
hey. And then,
And they were like, you have to open your borders, you can't be isolationist anymore.
well, and then
and
the emperor
Japan was like,
wanted
okay.
to trade for all of the munitions and such,
Right.
which pretty much started that whole war with the samurai.
Yeah. I need to use the restroom very
I
badly.
will be triggering a
I'll be
area
right
transition in like 2 seconds. Can you guys
Did
get
I
out
sell
of the
all
menu?
the weapons that are like low level but were
There's
special
going to
at the
be
time?
there's going to be one. Get out of the menu. Get out of the menu.
Wait, what?
There's going to be a place to sell as soon as we get to the next area, but please get out of the
Right,
menu
but
before
I
these
was
guys come and murder
selling
me.
so that I could pick up
Shush,
a
shush,
better
shush. Hate you too.
SMG.
I don't want to die here.
You know how much of a pain in the ass is to ever do inventory management in this game? God
We'll
damn
do it as soon as we go through here. I just want to get us to the next area. There
But
we
no,
go.
I'll never get back to that gun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You don't need it.
Why?
If anyone in the comments is ever nitpicking about my inventory choices, I don't care. Because I don't have time to look at the 500 objects in my inventory. And frankly, the inventory... This inventory is so poorly organized that I kind of don't want to. Kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, I just missed out on a
Fine.
high-level shock SMG. That would have been nice.
If it's any consolation, Wander doesn't care.
I mean, the thing is, you're probably going to get an upgrade within like minutes.
Must
'Cause
sell as many
We,
objects
yeah,
as possible.
we're getting so much stuff here.
Oh, no, leave me alone.
Was it a blue or is it a green shell?
It was a blue.
Third anarchy.
Okay.
Did I sell the purples that are really low level?
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm back.
Okay.
Close that. Okay.
Ooh.
So, where are we right now? We're back at the Firestone. No, not Firestone. The town? Where are we?
I got such a nice looking revolver in my inventory, but then every time I look at it, I realize it has freaking 2 shots.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow,
we're-
double the damage of any other
we're-
pistol I
we're-
have, and you'll have to reload every 3 seconds.
We're back where what's his face is the guy that wanted all the beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
This area is
the psycho man?
super weird. Yeah, the psycho that just hangs out in his house.
Have you ever like specifically gone out of your way to just like kind of look at his face in there?
It's so
It's
weird.
huge and
Yeah.
It's
Not
huge, and it makes me think
unmoving.
of the characters from Albino Lullaby. Those like weird slug critters.
I have a badass that I'm trying to tangle with, by the way.
Oh,
yeah,
I
you'll
guess
be
I'll come
fine.
back.
We'll believe
I
in
think
you.
I can. I soloed him. It's fine.
Yeah,
We
they've
have
got
a
a lot.
hunter. We have a hunter class mod, and a really
They've-
good shield.
They've gotten a lot more
Oh
possible
yeah,
lately.
this class mod
which
has a
is
plus
nice.
20% reload speed for the whole party.
Woo,
Wow.
That's nice.
this is an explosive artifact.
That'll be handy. Oh, god damn it.
He has a Hitler mustache. I didn't actually
But
realize
I can't
that
use
one.
it? Wait, why can't I use it?
Weird.
Such a big ass face.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay, now we're going to Crom's Canyon.
I am a hunter, right?
Yeah, you're the
Uh,
hunter.
Yes.
Why can't I? Whip?
Use in your inventory. You might not
Oh,
be
there we go.
high enough
No,
level.
I was getting confused because the other item I was currently using had the exact same name, despite being completely
yeah.
different stats. So I thought it
Uh-huh.
was unequipping itself over and over again.
Yeah.
I was really confused for a second there.
Ooh, I love Crom's Canyon. This
Okay,
is
that's
fun.
the hunter artifact.
This is such a good part of the game.
I don't remember Crom's Canyon at all.
It's brilliantly fun. We're gonna have a great time.
Okay, where is it? Oh, it's up there. Alright. There's no
Oh,
cars,
you
because we're
duck.
stuck in the middle of here. Gotcha.
Yeah.
There
Just
we go.
run. It's fine.
Yeah.
Bouncing Betty.
We're high enough level now that we can tank a couple bullets while we run through these areas.
Oh, Shell, by the way, your SMG is still on the ground if you want to go grab it while we travel.
Oh, okay.
I just saw
Yeah.
a green SMG, like, right where...
No, it was the blue that I was looking at.
Well, yeah, I know, but there was a green SMG on the ground that none of us could have ever, like, killed anything to get.
The vault key piece. This entire game is about the pursuit of a vault key, right?
Yes, so we can get into
This
the
is-
vaults.
This is a story quest, basically.
I like how they're
Yes.
making a shooting and looting game, and they ultimately the story was like, what should it be? Well, they want
More
loot.
shooting and looting.
And the story is just, yeah, loot, eventually.
Yeah.
I've heard it actually has a really, like, anticlimactic, virtually non-existent ending.
Oh yeah, the ending to this game is horrible.
I mean, did they even open the vault?
Yeah, but
Then-
shush.
and,
But shush.
Yes.
and then it just ends.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not going right
It-
now.
it's-
Wander's there, so who
It's
cares, I
fine.
guess.
No,
We're gonna
no,
teleport
I'm
in a
not there.
second.
I wanted to go see if I could grab Shell's SMG, but I don't see it. Alright, Shell, I'll just find you a good SMG between sessions.
All right, I can probably fast travel if I'm in the car. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I found something.
Headshot.
But you guys initiated the travel before I could read the diary entry or whatever I just found?
Oh, it might have been another one of those log things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do your logs food and finding?
I thought we were just heading
Oh.
for progress.
Wait,
I just found something and then you teleported us out. Can you warn us before you do that?
it doesn't
Okay.
matter, Shell.
Well, it does to me. I wanted to
Well,
see what that
the
was.
important thing is that no one's happy.
I mean, for the most part, story
No,
in
the
this game...
vehicles! They're
Just
so
use
far
the
away.
teleporter.
Where's
Oh,
the
right. I'm gonna go... Bird, well, you head that direction. I'm gonna go get the,
They don't
I'm
wait
gonna-
for us. I hate
I'm gonna
that.
go get the quest board. Yeah, but you
Here it
gotta,
is.
like, teleporter thingamagaffin.
Which one am I in? Yeah,
You're
the right
probably in
one.
Birds. Yep. I'm going to the other one. I want to see if I could fix up the other town. Or at least get the teleporter.
I'm so far I'm making this a nearly Wanderbot free playthrough.
Hey. I don't actually care that much.
It's just all road trips and religious talk.
Yeah, I'm so not religious, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But religion and like the
I just
church
like
plays
mythology.
a humongous role in my life. It's very weird to me.
Shell,
Very,
you want to
very
hop back
religious
in?
family,
Those
and
are
the
just
more
ammo.
religious... I have like one specific piece of my family that's super religious, and the more religious they get, the further
Get
away
over
from
here.
us they get.
Yeah.
They're Seventh-day Adventists. And
guys
Oh, that's
have their own little-
that's a very insular community. Yeah.
yeah, they have a creepy little like isolated society where they don't make contact with people anymore.
Yep.
Well, also, it's like they're not allowed to do anything on Saturdays, like Sabbath days or whatever.
My
Yeah.
uncle was kind of one of those people. And, right, don't run over
One of
these
the
people.
churches I work for is the basically like the premier Seventh-day Adventist church. It's a very interesting place.
Surprised they hire you. I guess they're willing
Sometimes
to put
they
us
Well, I
don't
mean, they
ask
can't
about-
discriminate.
Oh, wow.
For religious bases.
The Tremors woke up when we were leaving.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
if you're a church worker or not. If you do that, that's against the law.
I guess that's a
Well,
good point.
also, by your manner of work, isn't it just singing in the
Oh,
choir
look at
or
those
something?
turrets.
Yep.
Oh, they look interested in us.
I noticed that.
Oh,
They're
I
stuck
remember this
somehow.
part now.
Oh. Takes very
For
little to
whatever
get
reason,
the
the
car
car
stuck in
got
this
like
game.
magnetically stuck into the ground.
Oh yeah, that's just how it reacts to touching anything. It's
True.
made 100.
We're
It's literally
fucked,
made of a
dude.
super glue alloy.
It's okay,
The
you guys
entire
will
car.
spawn, like, right next to us anyway.
I'll be fine. I'm hiding behind this vehicle. I'm safe.
We died. The latest spawn point was like 30 feet behind us.
Yeah,
We
the
just
dog-
passed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the daughter of the Seventh-day Adventists finally ran away from home, and they acted so surprised. And literally everyone who knew them was just waiting for it to happen. Like, just knew it was going to happen because
Yeah.
growing
Well,
up in that
women
setting of
are
being super
especially
restricted is
oppressed.
insane.
In the Seventh-day
like-
Adventist church.
On top of so it's like on top of being in this isolated society, is forced to be vegetarian.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she has a gluten
Ouch.
allergy. Not a gluten allergy. Is it gluten allergy? She can't. No. Well, she has a wheat allergy,
Ooh,
so she
that's
can't be
rough.
around anybody and can't eat anything, and just is
Yeah.
all around miserable all the time. And then finally
Yeah.
just took
I really
off.
do
Seventh-day
nothing?
Adventists
I'm gonna have
are
life here now.
very
Help?
vegetarian.
I actually did not know that.
Yep.
Oh, I was so close to getting a
No, Wander.
It's okay.
second wind.
I got you.
It's actually one of the more interesting aspects
I
of the
don't
religion. Seventh-day
Jesus
Adventists, one of the central tenets of being an Adventist is that health is considered like a primary part of your belief. So like, you can't be a good Adventist if you're not healthy. So they will ask you to be religious, to like run, to work out and stuff like that. Like, it is very critical to that religion.
Yeah, I heard they're told some story about how like a group of monks that live in some place all live to be
You can
over
take
100
cars in
years
this
or
area,
something.
guys.
Those
can
turrets
spawn
are
vehicles.
wrecking.
Yeah, if you can avoid them being, used
Yeah.
to the environment. Up.
Snipe the turrets before you go in. I've got a burning sniper.
did it again! Yay!
Makes the whole killing these things not
Go
great.
ahead and start shooting that turret. You can probably hit it from here.
I just don't do damage to it.
Definitely easier
Well,
if
it's
the
not gonna
car's
be
not
proof.
moving.
Yeah, but we also don't want to get hit by the rockets.
Alright.
Yeah,
Got
I'm just
one.
saying like the game's not very conducive
Yeah,
to
I
aiming
whittled
otherwise.
it down
No, it's rough.
substantially and then got killed by it, so...
Hey, if you shoot through the tower, the rockets get blocked. If you come over
Yeah.
next to me, I'm safe. It can't do anything.
Are we hitting it,
Come to me.
Keith?
I think I'm aiming slightly off.
I think
there
you're
we
hitting
go.
it now. Yeah. But the,
Yeah, right now
what's
we're
weird
safe
is
because our rocket's just shooting
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
The,
yeah, it is aimed at me, isn't it? Oh, that's useful.
Yeah.
There we go, now
That's,
it's dead.
that one's down. We have one more to kill. It's dead ahead. Never mind, they're all dead.
Yeah, I don't
No,
see
there's
one.
one more. It's called the Musabur. Don't trust it.
Mulciber Mark II.
I see.
Hitting.
Got about to be Mark 1/2.
We need to hide.
Yep, that is
Yeah,
low health bar.
the Seventh-day Adventist church that I sing with is actually very inclusive,
What am I taking
Anyone
damage
which is kind of
from?
interesting because most
Oh,
there's a ton of guards around here and stuff.
There's a psycho hucking axes at
yeah.
me from like 100 feet away.
I can't even see past all the smoke right now.
Yeah, we're gonna chill out. Most Adventist churches are a lot more insular though than like the one that I work with.
Fucking.
It's a very interesting religion.
There we go. Wow, that guy had an incredible range.
He had an arm.
And infinite tomahawks. But
Yeah, they
like, it
tend to
just
have
was
that.
not obvious where he was. It was just suddenly damage.
Yep.
Shooting us here?
Damage.
There he
Yeah,
is.
we have bandits.
Damage.
There he is.
Alright. I'll take
Well,
out
we
the
had bandits.
I'll take out the
Oh, he actually
Dang.
took out a lot of our health.
Yeah, I know.
I think the turret's done. Okay, there's somebody else tomahawking
Yeah, I don't see a
me
health
from
bar.
a distance,
Oh,
but
a lot of bandits.
There's
A lot of
one more.
bandits to run over.
There's one right ahead of us, Koof.
is it the Musabur?
Yeah.
Because I killed the Musabur. Oh god.
There's
as far
a
as I
second
can
one.
as far as I can tell, that turret didn't have a health bar. Wow, that bruiser
Oh,
does
wait.
not take damage from rockets, by the way.
We might be done with here.
I don't think I can really hurt them from here. I think it's up to
Go
you.
back.
You never even heard of Seventh-day Adventist before the stream. Well,
Ow.
I'm glad
Well, there's
this
the
is
car.
this is a very educational stream. I will
Well,
admit
special
that this was
direction just now.
considerably more lectury than they usually get. Like, pretty significantly so. You know, the Kellogg's people are Seventh-day Adventists. People that make our cereal.
And they're great.
Yeah. The guy who invented basically invented cereal did it because he said that if you ate cereal, it would prevent you from jacking off.
No. It wasn't eating it. They would line their mattresses with cornflakes.
Close
Like
enough.
that's what it was.
Are you ready to teleport? Or do you want
What's
to
like make it
Lucifer it?
pure?
I'm gonna move
Yeah,
for
the idea
a
was-
second.
Okay, you can Lucifer it.
Up. Hello.
But yeah, it was so you wouldn't it was so you wouldn't JO ever again.
Yep.
And John Kellogg, he said that
Okay,
like
trigger it. This
he
thing
was
sucks.
okay. Yeah, I know. He was very, very proud of the fact that he never slept with his wife.
Yes.
Yep. He
Why?
he said
'Cause-
this multiple times because it's a
'cause-
sin.
Yeah. Because women,
How
Adam
do they
Eve, that
procreate?
kind of business.
They did not.
Wow.
He never had any kids.
Oh, it's Crom! I know
What
this
is he?
one.
Was he like
Oh,
the
I
proto
told you,
red pill or
Crom's Canyon is
something?
awesome. Was he the proto what?
Was he the proto red pill or something?
Nah.
Wait,
this?
so if there's no procreation, then how do they continue to
The
have like
Kellogg's people?
families and such?
Oh,
I mean, hopefully-
no. He
hopefully
was
don't.
considered crazy by Seventh-day Adventist standards. Like, it's not like most Seventh-day Adventists are like, oh yeah, you can never have sex. No, they were like, man, this guy is a little bit too something or other.
This guy's a Yahoo.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out that he's a really, really, really funny and weird character to like read up on.
Yes.